wealth. Today, we are going to talk about money and getting you into alignment with money. But wouldn't you also like more magic, more joy? It is about being in the flow. And so, got it. All right. So today is an opportunity to experience miracles. I'm going to teach you a 4-step process that will get you into that energetic alignment. So, how would you know if you're not in flow? How would you know if you're not in that quantum wealth place? So here are the signs and symptoms of misalignments. You're overgiving, you're undercharging, you're undervaluing your services, you're exhausted, you have that imposter syndrome thing, and you're actually much, much more comfortable with giving. In fact, you can like give till you find yourself exhausted. But when you turn that around, you're not so comfortable with receiving. You have money shame, money guilt. In fact, maybe you've stopped taking good care of yourself. Everything's become all about the business. And you might even start feeling loss of joy and peace and passion. And maybe you started your business to be more free, that freedom-based lifestyle. And yet you feel like your business is taken over. So that's why I'm here to help, first of all, identify for you, are you misaligned? And so just by the shake of your head, how many are you feeling maybe even a little bit misaligned? Yeah? All right, let's make some changes. So the outcomes for today's call, we want to start to identify what is your financial set point and how does it serve you? You're going to learn how the prosperity cycle can shatter those self-sabotaging beliefs, patterns, and behaviors that no longer serve you. And you're going to learn the 4 keys to magically unleash your wealth and set a new financial set point. And by the way, you can tell I'm just a wee bit energetic. So we're going to also embody this experience, because this talk will do you no good if it's just an educational, well, that was kind of cool. This is really about embodiment. So with those keys, I'm going to actually tell you what you can do with your body to begin to what we call anchor it in your neurology. So this slide just tells you a little bit about me. And in reality, we're here for you. All right. So you can read a screen, but like the highlights, I've been doing this for over 15 years. I have discovered in coaching women for this long that we all tend to have this like worthiness wound, and it's time to heal it. And I'm a former extreme skier. I loved running. I loved nature. And enough about me. This is really about you. But here's my family. This is my inspirations, my husband and my daughter, Maddie. And so when I'm not doing business and coaching, I'm spending time with them or being in nature or hanging out with my friends. So the prosperity cycle, the 4 keys, it actually is a cycle. And we always start with step 1. Wherever you are in your journey, it makes it just easier to start with my step 1. And this is a cycle that it could take you 5 minutes, or it could take you a lifetime of deep inquiry. So we're going to do a quick version, like begin to get you quick results today. And then you'll be bringing this home, because at the end of the day, I really do want you to experience that next quantum leap in your wealth. So what is your financial set point? Like, what in the world is that? Well, most of you, are able to adjust the temperature of your home, and you're quite comfortable at a certain range. And how does a thermostat work? You set it at a certain temperature. Now, does it stay at exactly that same temperature? No. So there's a range. But as soon as it gets too hot in your home, then the AC comes on. And if it gets a little bit too cold, the heat will come on. So you generally work within a range. And that range, you can also think of it as a safety range. So what is your financial set point? Well, if you are in business, we do know that there is some rise and fall. There's like a small wave. You have good months and some months that aren't so good and some months that are better, right? But my guess, if you look at the history of your business, especially if you've been in business for several years, you're going to have a pretty set range. And if your income isn't increasing each year, 10%, 15%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, then we know you're stuck in your safety range. No different than that what feels comfortable. And yet people will say to me, well, why couldn't I just break free? Like, I love the idea of next level wealth. I'm making 50 grand a year and I'd love to make 150, 300,000. And yet there's something that keeps you in that range. And I am here to tell you, it's your financial set point. So I want you to think about what has your last several years look like in business, and have you seen steady growth? Because generally the growth curve doesn't look like this. It's like generally it goes up like this. So that range goes up. But if you want quantum level wealth, then we're going to have to enter the quantum. And the quantum is a place where you drop your ego out the door, you let go of your old stories, you even let go of time and space. It's an altered reality. So how does this financial set point serve you? So let's say you have all of these opportunities are coming to you, right? As can be seen in this. Now, in order for your brain for you to feel safe, you'll only notice opportunities within that range, and anything way high, like your next $1 million coaching client, you can't even see it. You actually have a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, and it acts as a filter. And what it does is it helps you to stay sane, quite honestly, because if your brain had to process all of the data and information in any given moment, you'd be mad. Like, you really would go crazy. So it actually has a purpose. So when it comes to your financial set point, it really has to do with safety. Like, you feel safe making the amount of money consistently that you make. So to take you to the next level, we're going to need to release some old stuff that doesn't serve you. So, climbing to the top of the mountain, there's the old way, which I consider the old, more masculine way, which is follow the structure, follow the strategies, go out and make it happen. Very masculine. The feminine way, then what I consider the new way of doing business, is to lean back and to allow things to come more to you. And then your job is to respond appropriately to what comes to you. There's a lot more grace. There's a lot more ease. All of a sudden, sales doesn't feel salesy. You're able to come from that beautiful place of heart. And again, we do it together. That's the feminine way. There is no competition. It doesn't even exist. So when we can start to collaborate with a more feminine way of doing business, we're going to soar, and we're going to not be so exhausted and spending our whole life on social media and trying to get out there and make things happen. This is actually about, you're going to learn the fourth step where I'll teach you today. I'm fast forwarding, but it's like you'll learn to collaborate and receive. So you're going to have to release something. So here we're going to start to use our two, I hope you found, 2 pens, paper, something to hold on to. All right. So hold on to these 2 pieces, whatever. I have 2 pens. Hold on these 2 pens. And I want you to think of, okay, here I am right now. This is my current reality. All right. And I'm comfortable. I'm quite comfortable. And then I want you to imagine ahead of you is your vision, your goal, like whatever quantum wealth would mean to you. So is it hitting your first 6 figures? Is it having more time with your family? Like, what is it? And if you want, you can close your eyes for just a moment and just picture. I hope you've already done this before, because actually I know you did, because Barb spoke recently. Picture that future that would be, ooh, so juicy. Okay, you can open your eyes. And here's what I know. is if I want to step into that future, how do I grab my future? I only have two hands. How can I grab the future that's ahead of me that I so desire? There's only one way, ladies. You got to drop your current reality. So let it go. Drop those pens and let it go so that you can reach out and bring that future into right here, right now. So the first step in the 4-step process is release it. You cannot live into the quantum until you're ready to release the past that's really binding you. So right now, we're going to go ahead, and that's really the first embodiment piece. Is you grab your hands. I generally will bring them up like this. And the first statement is release it. And I'll say, I release it. And I imagine whatever it is that needs to be released. So is it that you need to release that if I make more money, all my friends will want all the money? Is it a belief of that next level of wealth? Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to put in 80 hours a week. Is it that you think that you have to give up your freedom? What is it? What is represented? What keeps you safe in your in the financial safety place, right? And when I work with women, that release statement, it's really important to feel safe. So finding yourself in a safe community that's going to support you. Again, that's also why we're going to do the party this Friday, is start to cultivate that safe place for you to talk what might seem like crazy talk to some people, to get you out, break free to the next level. First step. So go ahead and stay with me. If you want to unmute yourself, we're going to do it together. You're going to bring your hands tight, holding onto the tight, and then release it. I release it and let it go. So whatever it is, let it go. Let go of those thoughts, beliefs, patterns, and behaviors that no longer serve you. All right. And by the way, we have a lot of techniques to do this, and we have more time. But that's the first step. Okay. Reclaim it. Reclaim it is the second part. Now, as I'm working with you with this 4-step system, it actually is also activating different energy centers. So the release it statement is all about letting it go into the ground, letting it go into Mama Earth. Now I'm going to get a little woo-woo on you, but like really it's letting it go and getting grounded and feeling safe. That's the second step, is about claiming this. And this is about kind of like second, third chakra, first, second, and third chakra. So the way I have women connect to this is through gentle, just holding, as women, holding your womb, or Bill, holding your lower belly, right? First, second, and third chakra. This is the chakra of safety, number 1. 2 is creation, and 3 is your power. You have to reclaim your power to create the future that you intend, because if you have no energy, how are you going to do it? Okay. So bring your hands to your lower pelvis and all over those lower, and this is, I reclaim it. Reclaiming your feminine power. Ladies, you have the ability to make babies, right? Like, and whether you have done that in this lifetime, you've done it in previous lifetimes, like really feeling that power to create something different. All right. So hand on your womb, and Bill, like same, we have different anatomy, but the energy centers are the same. So hands on the lower belly and say, I reclaim it. I reclaim it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I reclaim it. And as you do that, sometimes when we have more time and I have a workshop, one of the things that we do is we reclaim your power through memories of your past where you did something amazing. So one of the things as you do the reclaiming section is thinking about where have you surprised yourself? Because if you've had breakthroughs before, you can do it again. You can do it again. You just got to remember how powerful you are. All right. So I release it. I reclaim it. Let's move on to the third one. I rewrite it. I rewrite it. So you had your old story that you released, and the universe loves a vacuum. and it will fill that with anything. And you don't want to just fill it with anything. You want to intend the story, because you let something old go, something new wants to come in. So if you are the creator of your life, you're going to want to rewrite it. So what is this new story around your worth, around your wealth, around entrepreneurism? And I love the rewrite. It's all about the heart. So this part, step 3, is about really putting your hands on your heart and like loving up on yourself. And what new story could you write from the heart? Because when you write from the heart, it'll have the emotion in it. This is not a logical procedure. In fact, I use human design chart or human design work in the body of work that I do, because it helps us to see how you're uniquely wired. And it helps us to see that decisions, big decisions, aren't meant to be here. The mind really should be a servant to what? To the heart. To the heart. You have to get into an emotional sphere. And we know that that's where the magic happens, starts to really happen when you get emotionally invested in your story. In my Abundance Unleashed class, we actually, the course, we actually teach, and Moira has gone through this with me. We have you write out like a whole storyline about where you've been, and then we write a new story about where you're going. It's like this journey from scarcity, where there's never enough, you're never enough, all the scarcity, lack pattern, and we move you to prosperity. So we have this invitation of like, who are you as the poverty princess? And who are you as the queen of worth? Okay, so your story is so important, and you get to rewrite it. You know, I think about one of my clients, Thea, and she was going through one of these exercises, and it was a one-on-one session, and we started to investigating, because a lot of these stories, you don't even know how over time you've been conditioned. And what we really got for her is next level quantum level wealth for her. She thought she'd have to give up her freedom. And there's a lot of people here that probably see some head shaking. And we needed to redefine what freedom was for her. And she's like, well, you know, I want to be able to do what I do when I want to do it, whenever I want to do it. I said, beautiful. That's awesome. Right. And it will only, in entrepreneurism, quite honestly, it'll only get you so far. It only gets you so far. Next level is to have the resources for a team that can support you, that you do you. I have a mentor that says, you do you, boo. So you do what you do best, and let other people do the rest. You hire someone like Ingrid, right? Or Emma, right? And so it's not about, it's more about the freedom, and you have some structure to it, but the structure gives you the freedom. And when that light bulb turned on for Thea, we opened up a gateway for her that was absolutely beautiful. She started standing in her worth. She raised her rates. We repackaged her and sent her on her way to soar to success. So this really is a thing around rewriting your story. What's the new storyline? All right. Let's go. How are you ladies doing? Shake your head if you're following me. Are you ready to do the third step, the embodiment? See if you remember it. We got to go back to step 1. All right, so we're going to do release it, reclaim it, and I release it, I reclaim it, I rewrite it, and you're going to want to do the hand motions. This will anchor it into your psychology. Are you ready, ladies? So step 1, hold on tight to your current reality, and then say, I release it, and let it go. Let it go. Beautiful. Step 2, do you remember it? Come on, ladies, you know it. Hands on the lower belly, first, second, and third chakra, and say, I reclaim it. Feel your power. Feel it in the gut. You're so powerful. Beautiful. Step 3, hands on the heart, and say, I rewrite it. And feel the feelings right here, right now. of what would it feel like for that quantum wealth vision to become a reality. Do you feel the love? Do you feel the joy? Do you feel the abundance? Do you feel the worthiness? Give yourself the gift of that right here, right now. And breathe into that. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we're already on the fourth step. Oh, actually, before I go to that fourth step, this is a great example of using visuals to rewrite your story. This was a gal, Lori Bruns. You might recognize her. She's an eWomen Network. And so part of her rewriting of the story is she took her image and she put it on the cover of a magazine that she would love to be featured in. And so there's many different tools out there, but this is just one of many. And if you don't go through all four steps though, and you just do like the vision board, then it's not going to be so effective. But I just wanted to give you an example of how one woman used visuals to rewrite her story and to stand in that. She stands in that every day. All right, so there she is, Lori Bruns, Investor's Guide 2020 Stocks and Funds Beat Inflation Fortune. And yeah, I don't know if you can see the bottom of that, but it's just a great example how you can begin to write your story. We're already on the last fourth step. And this fourth step is the step that many manifestation teachers aren't teaching, or students give it up. They forget to do it. They're saying, oh, I've done so much. I've done vision boards and I've done this and I've done that. And it's not working. Isn't that funny? I just made up a new term, worthing. Remember how I said the women that I work with overgive, undercharge, give. What was missing? Receiving. It's an act of surrender and worth. And you got to let it go. It's in other circles, they might say, I give it up to God. Like whatever it is to you. And I've been in that place before. I can remember actually quite recently, 2021, I was having a really tough time and nothing was working. I was working social media and I was working so hard, putting it out there. I wasn't practicing my own stuff. And I was on a trail run. And I just found out mom had cancer. And I was really emotional. And the tears were coming. And I was actually listening to sacred music, which probably I shouldn't have been doing because I was in an altered state. And boom, I fell to the ground. And my whole world shook. And the tears came pouring down. I was grounded. And I let it all go. And I broke my ankle that day. And I wasn't crying as much for the physical pain of the ankle break. I was crying because I realized how hard, because I was trying to make my mom better and I was trying social media and it was very masculine energy. And I knew all the structure and I knew all the things, but what was missing? Stopping and surrendering. So the universe made me stop. And so I don't want you to get to the point where your health degrades and you get the next diagnosis, or your partner says, I'm ready for a divorce. This work thing is crazy. I don't want to have you get to that point where things aren't working because you don't feel worthy and you've not let it go. So the last step, in my opinion, is actually the most important step, and it's about receiving it. So this one's fun because it's hands over the head in that divine place of receiving from above all the blessings, all the joy, all the love, nothing to do but to be you and receive it, hands over the head, being that channel from heaven to earth and earth to heaven, and say, I receive it. I just got chills. I think I was feeling all y'all receiving it. I love it. So it really is, I know today it's a fast track 1 through 4. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to go through all 4 steps, the anchoring so that you remember it, and bring this into your life so that you can start making a difference. So remember step 1, we're all going to do all steps together. Hold on to your current reality, the financial set point that keeps you safe, and say, I release it. And then next, hands on the belly for second and third chakra, and say, I reclaim it. Feel your power. Feel that power. Third step, hands on your heart. Feel whatever it is that you're wanting to feel more of and say, I rewrite it. And then hands above and say, I receive it. Yay! I love it. I love it. All right. So that in a nutshell, it's a fast. I go fast and I go deep. 4 steps. I release it. I reclaim it. I rewrite it. I receive it. You can use it as an incantation too. You can use it as journaling prompts. There are so many ways to use this cycle. As I said, it can be done in 5 minutes. I've sat down and done a 4-step in the morning as a morning journal. What am I releasing? What am I reclaiming? What am I rewriting? What am I ready to receive? So it can be done. It's meant to be a tool that you can use fast, or if you want to go deeper, there's really deep. I could teach on this literally for, I don't even know how long, but it is an embodiment practice. So here's what I know is that wealth is spiral-like. So while I just showed you this in a 3D form, when we start to add other elements like animal medicine and healing and energy work and sound work and vibration, it actually acts like a spiral staircase that goes up and up and up. There's no there. There is no there. So know that this is a journey, and know this is a journey I would never take alone. And as I said, this is a new feminine way to do business. I love surrounding myself with powerful, powerful women. And my wealth would have never changed had my coach, who I still have, I've had her since 2015, at a time where I was ready to give up. I was $130,000 in debt. And on the outside, I could barely pay my mortgage. I had a 5-year-old, and my husband's like, we can't do this anymore. I had the Amazon bestseller. I had the community of 12,000 women. I had done all the things and had the outer success, but I was broke. And my husband made an ultimatum. He's like, something has to change. And so I'll never forget the day my coach challenged me. She's like, you need to double your rates. My heart dropped out and I was like, no way. There's no way. Who's going to pay that? I wasn't owning my worth. And I love a good challenge. And I figured, what's the worst that can happen? All my clients say no, they don't want to work with me. And I go back to chiropractic, which I love. As I said, I love energy medicine. I love getting people healthy and vibrant and strong. And that was the game changer. Someone dared me. My coach dared me. And she held me in a sacred space. And that was the year I tripled my business. I went from 50 grand a year to 150 grand a year, but it was not because I just doubled my rates. Because if I didn't take the inner journey and do the mindset work and having someone hold me accountable and being in a community, it would have never happened to me. So if you are at that place where you're ready to break free, I would love the opportunity to work with you. These are the outcomes. I forgot about the slide. We did do the things that I said that we were going to do. Hopefully you've identified what that financial set point is, which you're ready to break free from. How does it serve you? It keeps you safe. You know it. We talked about the prosperity cycle and how it totally can transform and shatter those self-sabotaging beliefs. Because if you have the belief, for example, that I have to work harder to make more money, then I'm never going to make more money because I don't really want to work any harder, right? So we begin to break that sabotaging pattern and you begin to spiral up instead of just running in circles in the 3D world, okay? And then you learn the 4 keys today, and now you also know how to embody them. So again, I would love the opportunity to just hop on a call with you. Let's have a conversation. And for the first 2 that book this sales strategy call, you will actually get, and I don't think you can see it because the little thing is covering it, but I want to give you the unique money mantra. We'll look at, if you can give me the time of birth, date of birth, and place of birth, I will give you a unique energetic mantra for you to start working with the energies of next level wealth, of being in flow. So on the call, we're going to look at what's your current strategy. I'll audit it. If you have a website, send me your website. And my job is to see, like, could we package something high ticket for you? Or how could we better leverage you so you're not working harder, that you're working smarter and working from your soul? So if this is feeling like something you'd like to do, there you go. So just apply for it. And you can use the little QR code. I would love the opportunity to just serve you. I'm a woman of service. I really believe that the piece of the planet, I know this sounds maybe woo-woo for you, but when we can get conscious women with capital, that's how we're going to make a difference. That's how we give back to our families and our communities and the world at large. When you can back money behind your beautiful soul and give back in that way, not just your time and your goodness, like that's how the world will be transformed. And we need empowered conscious leaders. And that's why I'm so passionate. That's why I wanted to give this to you. So with that, I have no idea where I am with time. I'm going to stop the share. But how y'all doing?
Oh my goodness, that was so good. So good.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Does anyone have any questions for Kelly? I loved how you took us through an experiential, like 4 steps. It's easy to remember, and it's like and create our own mantras, and it's like release it, reclaim, rewrite, and receive it, and then anchor that with something like holding 2 pens and letting it drop, and holding onto your chakras and your heart, and then saying yes, I receive it, and holding it. It's like it's so beautiful, so powerful. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. So welcome. I love this body of work. I really do. I love being in service. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's powerful because it can't stay in the head, right? It has to be an embodiment. It has to come into the body. It's like most of it is all in the head. So this is a beautiful embodiment.
Beautiful. Yeah, none of us need more content, honestly.
No, yeah.
And the women that I've worked with have actually studied with all the greats, but many of the greats, but they're not getting the result. And it's because it's an energetic realignment that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like I work with, women that like they have spent a lot, they've already invested in themselves a lot. They're frustrated. They're like, I know the strategies. I could teach the strategies, but it's like that next level is about entering a whole different world. I know Barbara's shaking her head because I know she does similar kind of work, right? And it truly is the quantum and accessing different areas of the brain. And we have to feel safe. Safety, feeling safe is really important.
Yeah, because it activates the different part of the brain. Crystal, you have a question.
Yeah, yes, I do. Dr. Kelly, thank you so much for the information. I have a question in regards to your mantra. Can I use a mantra for my romantic type of like dreams and goals?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, my journey around wealth didn't start with the money. The money piece was second. What I need to do, or what I did first, was magnetize my man. I used to do love coaching for women, and everything's energy. So absolutely. So my question for you would be, how do you want to feel when you find that ideal partner?
I want to feel the butterflies all the time.
Like butterflies all the time.
Yes.
So how about this? How about you choose to be the butterfly? How about something like, and I loved that you used an animal. I use a lot of animal medicine in my practice. How about I am the butterfly that magnetizes the partner of my dreams?
Ooh, that's really magical. I like that. Thank you. Yeah.
Let's hear you say it.
I am the butterfly. What did you say?
Yeah, I know it was long. I'll say it in short pieces. I am the butterfly.
I am the butterfly
that magnetizes the partner of my dreams.
That magnetizes the partner of my dreams. Yes.
Beautiful.
So I want to say this throughout the whole day today.
Beautiful. And that's, you're choosing who you're being. And if you want to anchor it in even more, there's an energetic part on the sternum right here. Tap on it and say it again. Say, I am the butterfly or I am the butterfly that magnetizes the partner of my dreams. So ladies that are also in the call that want to magnetize their partners, you can do this too, right? And so that's working with the energetics. Beautiful. Any other
Thank you, Dr.
questions?
Kelly.
I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Kelly because I had an amazing time with Dr. Kelly working with her, and she taught me some things that I just would not have known, and really got me going in a positive direction. She's absolutely brilliant, so easy to be with and talk about, like talk to, ask the questions. She's got the answers. It was just a day from heaven with her. So if you have a chance, take the time and spend some time with Dr. Kelly. Yeah, won't be disappointed. Good to see you again.
Beautiful love and appreciation. Oh, beautiful. One more question, and then what we can do is, if there's any more questions, maybe something comes up later, we can keep it for the afterglow.
Yeah.
So while this is still fresh in our heads, I like to do our second round of networking to anchor in this new learning. So we're going to do the same questions. Perhaps we can do a power partner now. It's like, who would be your ideal power partner? Who knows? Like, who would like to share what a power partner is, just for our guest that does not know what a power partner is? Who would like to share?
Can go.
Mm-hmm.
To me, a power partner is someone that is kind of does a similar type of work, but not in competition. So for me, maybe a power partner might be a counselor or a parenting coach. And so we kind of deal with the same similar types of clients, but not in competition. Or can connect us to someone we want to get to know, like an influencer.
Beautiful. Yes. And so if you would like to mention, like, because you've networked already, and so you've mentioned who your ideal client is, but perhaps now you would like to know, just give some thought to, like, who could be a power partner, and so that people can start thinking about that and contribute to you. And then for our fourth question, we're going to replace it with, what was your biggest takeaway from your speaker today? What was the biggest takeaway from what Kelly had shared earlier? And so when Ingrid is, and so just for the sake of time, the person with the longest hair can go first, and the person with the shortest hair can do the timing, and we'll do 1 minute each again. So when Ingrid, when you're ready, we'll send you off for some more networking. Is Diana frozen? Ah, there we go. Oh, that was so juicy. How was that for you?
I was doing the raffle wheels.
Oh,
But I heard her, she did a similar presentation at Victoria.
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Are you on the leadership team in the Victoria?
No, it's kind of like, I'm on the leadership team for Calgary/Edmonton. I'm on the leadership team in Vancouver. So I go to Victoria for fun.
Aw. You have to have some fun for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So how's Lindsay doing? Because like we kind of like started at the same time as well.
Yeah, I think she's doing all right. Like,
Yeah, I actually need to connect with her again, and just like, I kind of keep contact with Carmel, but like I haven't really spoken to her again since we started, just to like see how she's doing. Yeah. Yeah, that's like, it's so powerful. Like, I love it when our speakers gives us an experience, right? Because it's not just information coming at us. Oh, by the way, I need to stop the recording.